Hey YouTube, it's Sharita21. Just wanted to come really quickly to show you my hairstyle that I rocked while I was out in Vegas for a quick trip out there. I do want to say first and foremost that I really wanted to shoot a tutorial of the hairstyle, but I did not have time. Just was trying to pack up everything and get it ready for the trip. And also pack up my kids' stuff to get them ready to be, staying with Nana for a whole week while we were out on vacation. It just was a lot that I had going on, so I didn't have time to record. But what I can say is that this style turned out to be super easy. I was looking for something that I can install really quickly that would be a low maintenance style while I was away, so that if I partied too late and had to jump up in the morning, I didn't have to worry about styling my hair, but also I could kind of switch the style up a little bit if plans changed up. So I didn't want something to be in the way of my trip and get in the way of me having a good time, but also I needed something that I could install really quickly as well, because I was doing a lot trying to plan to leave for the trip. So what I ended up doing was crochet braids, but I did crochet Senegalese twist. So I just want to start off by saying I found this free tress braid hair. This is the Senegalese twist small, and this is specifically for crochet braids, and this hair is a lifesaver. I will definitely be using it again. I believe I bought a total of 5 packs for this specific hairstyle, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I just want to show you how easy this hair is. It is pre-twisted Senegalese twist. They come with this loop already at the end of it, which is so easy to install when you're doing Senegalese. I mean, I'm telling you, I sat in front of the TV and didn't even look in the mirror, and I installed these in my hair in an hour and a half. I mean, max. It was so easy to do. But there's another piece to that too, as far as why it only took an hour and a half. I'll get into that in just a second. As far as the bulkiness that you kind of get with the with crochet braids, it takes some of that out, because it's not like you're taking the full twist underneath your cornrow and looping that over. You're only looping this small strand of hair at the end. So that was really helpful as well, to kind of make them look more natural, like actual Senegalese twists instead of crochet braids. These are the ends. They are a little raggedy, little straggly ends here and there, but it's nothing that you couldn't boil off or just trim with scissors. I actually trimmed mine. It didn't really get in the way. The main thing for me is that I wanted the ability to go ahead and put these up in buns really easily, or wear them down in ponytails, and that's essentially what I did. So let me show you how I ended up doing my braid pattern on this. Because I had no intentions of wearing the Senegalese braids down, because of the fact that I'm going to Vegas and it was going to be hot, what I ended up doing is only crocheting the braids onto the edges, or like the first couple of inches of the perimeter of my hair. So what this does is that it covers up the whole outside edge, so that I can just pull all of the braids up into either buns or into ponytails, but the middle of my hair is actually not braided. It's not, there's no Senegalese twist on the middle of my hair. The reason why I did this is that last time I did braids, I did wear a lot of buns in the braids, and those buns got really heavy because it was a whole lot of hair. So this was a twofold process. Of course, I wanted the ease and the convenience of swooping them up into the buns really easily without it being heavy, but I also wanted to do the style really quickly. So this just shaved half of my head off. I didn't have to install it in half of my head. Now these pictures, I'm just showing the braid pattern that I used. You can see in the front, I kind of staggered the braids a little bit, where one is all the way from the edge and the other one is a little bit, the next one next to it is further back. And I only did that just to create some staggering, just like if you had real micro braids or Senegalese braids in your hair, it wouldn't be a straight line. They would kind of be staggered. Now in this photo, you can't really see how the middle ended up being, because I took these pictures before I finished. But what I ended up doing is taking all the ends of the cornrows and just braiding it in the middle in the beehive pattern. Finished off with the beehive and took the tail of that last braid and just looped it under my cornrows with my latch hook, just to secure it down, so I didn't have to use any pins or anything like that. Now the other thing about my braid pattern here, I'm actually showing that I did everything straight back, but I did end up taking these braids out. These are 3 braids that are on the side. I took those loose and did like a swoop braid around the edge, just at the temple, and then took the other 2 braids straight back. sorry I have no videos or no pictures of that modified braid pattern, but you might actually be able to see it in some of the other photos of the actual braid. So let me get into that. We actually flew into LA and then drove down to Vegas. So me and my husband had never been to LA before, so we just did some sightseeing out there, and that was pretty fun. Started off, of course, just in our Hollywood sightseeing. No, that's really not where we started off. We went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, which was amazing. But anyway, as far as my hair photos, this is me in front of the Chinese theater out in LA, just doing some Hollywood sightseeing, seeing the stars and everything out there. And here's a good bun picture where you can see how I was wearing my buns, because this is my picture with the first Elvis that I saw. My daughter said she had to have pictures of Elvis since I was going to Vegas. So this was the first Elvis that I saw. It was in LA. It was a statue, but that's okay. I took it anyway. But you can see how I just swooped it up into the bun. It's a pretty decent sized bun, even with not my whole head not being crocheted. So that's the thing that I liked about the way these turned out. You can kind of see there on the side how the edges look. As far as me not having the straight back parts on the side, it kind of filled in a little bit more on the edges since it was that swoop braid on the side. You can kind of see the ends of the crochet braids and how they kind of stick out a little bit, but it's really easy because it is twisted down really thin at the ends to kind of tuck the ends in. And so even though I have this flyaway in this picture, it was so easy just to tuck the ends in and do buns without any pins or anything sticking in my head. So, oh, Randy's Donuts. I wish I had a Randy's Donut right now. Anyway. This is us in Long Beach. We took a trip out there as well. My husband used to end up in this port when he was away at work, so he wanted me to see where he would be. But yeah, it was nice and hot out there in Long Beach, so we was pretty much ready to get on the road at that point to get out to Vegas. So a couple of things. Once I got to Vegas, because I wore the buns the first day, I kind of started wearing my hair in ponytails, which I didn't think I would wear the ponytail as often, but that worked out as well. You could see how easily they pull back. This was us, you know, when we went out for the night. You could see it doesn't look like a super casual style because it is the long Senegalese braids. They were really neat, so it was okay and easy to dress them up, whether I wore them back in a ponytail or I pulled them up in a bun. But you can see, you can't see any of my cornrows underneath it. It was really good for hiding everything, even though I didn't have my whole head crocheted. So you can see how the edges were. I just try to slick those down, but you know, you can see where the crochet braids started kind of far back because of my struggle edges, but it's still all good. So yeah, the hairstyle still look really neat. The thing about this style though is that even though I am putting it on cornrows, because this hair is so light and it was really thin as far as the loop that goes underneath your cornrow braid, it did not create a lot of tension on my hair. I didn't do my cornrows super tight even. My edges pretty much were loose. I could just slick those down to kind of mask them, but I did not have to tighten those and put those into the crochet braids. Not a whole lot of tension on my hair for this hairstyle. So this is me zip lining in Old Vegas. Another shot of how I was wearing the buns. You can see I kind of pulled them up. There was a day that I did like a lower bun where the bun was more towards the back of my head, and I think we were sitting in a theater and people kept bumping me in my head. So this day I kind of pulled the bun up a little bit higher towards the top of my head. But even with doing that, the crochet, you know, the crochet braids, as far as the coverage that I had in the back, it still hid everything that was in the middle, so I didn't have any issues with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This style was so easy that I'm pretty sure that I will do it again in the near future. I still have the hair and everything from it. I literally only had this hairstyle for a week because as soon as I came home, I wanted to wash my hair. I snatched those things out in probably 15 minutes. It was so easy to get them out, but just as easy to get them in. So I'm pretty sure that I'll come to some point in this summer where I just don't feel like dealing with my hair, and I'll do the style again. If you'd like to see an actual tutorial on this style, hit me up in the comments and let me know. But for now, thanks for watching.